Hey everyone, welcome to Soldering Saturday. I haven't done a Soldering Saturday in a while, and I thought, well, I need to build and test some of the new Revision 2 TinyDev boards. Probably can't even see that. 2018-2. And I also want to build a programming jig using some of my new pogo pins. So I thought I'd just do that and put it on video and make it a Soldering Saturday. Cheers, coffee. So, let's get started. Just going to paste one of these up. Very lucky that I can use my Revision 1 stencil with the board. I'm going to just run through this very quickly. You've all seen me do this before. I think watching me stencil and assemble boards is getting pretty boring for everyone. Not for me though, I love it. I honestly do. Okay, let's get a bit closer so you can see the mess I make. Nerd perks, always nerd perks. Boom, one pass. Been a while since I've done it all in one pass. The usual cleanup. Okay, let's take it out. I'll clean up the stencil later. Let's just put it down. Okay, let's get a bit closer, shall we? Okay, so I've got my switch ready, just there, and I've got my ATtiny85s. I need some passives, but let's put the ATtiny85 on first. We'll put the passives on last. Oh, that's too many. Wow, I'll put them away later. Got to be excited then, folks. You just see the little dot up top here. So that is the direction the chip has to go. Now we're going to put the switch on. And then we've just got 4 passives to go on. So while I'm doing this, I'd love to ask, because these are now available in my Tindie store. And I've had a few people mention that they wouldn't mind kits. And I was reluctant to do kits at the start, because there are some 0603 passives on there, and they're very hard to label, and they're quite small. So I was reluctant to actually put kits together, because there's really only 4 passives, an IC and a button. But I'm now thinking that maybe I will. So what is everyone's thoughts? Would you be keen on a kit of these rather than an assembled board? I'm not really sure how much cheaper I could make them on my store by doing them as a kit, because to be honest, it's going to take me as much time to build a kit as it's going to take me to just assemble a whole bunch of boards. So it's not really a cost-saving thing. I think it's more just being able to put it together, having the joy of assembling one of these, because they're pretty small. They're not hard to assemble. You just got to be comfortable enough working with 0603 components, that's all. So that's our 10K, that's our pull down for the button, for the reset button. We also need a resistor on top here. I'm going to use a 330 ohm for the LED driver. Again, it's an 0603 resistor. The caps are 0805, so they're a bit easier to handle. Put that one on. Okay, 2 more. A 10 microfarad cap and a 0.1. So here's our 10, using my little dispensary thing, which they're proving quite hard to actually use, because the paper reels of them, they're really inflexible, and so it's very hard. Once you've rolled them up, put them inside, it's very hard to dispense from them. The plastic ones work quite well though. Okay, so here's our 10. That's for power filtering, and I need 1 more. Okay, that's all of it on. That looks pretty good. That little resistor over here is twisted a bit, but again, it should straighten up in the oven. Let's turn the oven on, turn the Reflow master on, trusty Reflow master. Okay, remember that these boards are so small, I've had to put them on some proto board, and that's going to slip a bit. I have to be very careful to hold it still. Let's get it in the oven. So this is my Pololu programmer, which I want to use. Same one that I use for my little clampy adapter. And I could continue using this clampy adapter, but I want to build a pogo pin jig, like I mentioned in my mail videos. Here's my pogo pins. These are the Chronicles ones. I'm going to have to make a custom cable, because believe it or not, I do not have an AVR cable. I thought I did, but I just can't find it anywhere. So I'm going to have to actually make one. So what I thought I might do, I mean, I could obviously just bunch 6 of these together, but I could also just pop these out of the little ends, and I could use 2 of these 3-pin ones, which I could join together and make a 6-pin. The reflow is going along nicely. Let that keep going. So I guess what I'm going to have to do first is make sure that I've got my cables right. I've got my pinouts correct. So I might actually just write everything down on a piece of paper, which I don't normally do, but I'll do that now. So we have, these are the colours of our wires. We've got blue, purple, terrible writing. Then we've got, is that grey? Then we've got white, black, and then brown. Okay, so we have the following different pins we need to do. So I might go make that reset, make that, that's SCK, which is clock, MISO, and then going back the other way, we'll go white is VCC, we'll go black is MOSI, and then the last one is going to be ground, which is brown. Okay, so if that's the order I do them in, I should be able to solder this together and not completely cock it up. There goes my fan on the oven. I'm going to bring in my trusty heatsink. Okay, and there is that. Let's put that on there as well, because it's going to be hot. Let's let them both cool down. Let's have a closer look at the TinyDev board. That looks pretty good. Yeah, all the passives are rotated around nice and straight. Great, okay. That's cool, I can take that off now. Let's move this around. Just let it keep cooling. Okay, so now it's time to put this together. Let's move that out the side for the moment. I'm going to just take off the ends of these on one end. So just use some tweezers, pull a little tab up. I'm not going to bother re-crimping any cables because it's just not needed in this case. They're already crimped. I'm just going to use some existing DuPont cables. I said that blue is going to be reset, and the reset is on this side, on the outside. So reset is going to go like that, which means blue is going to go blue, then purple, and then grey, like this. I hope I'm doing this right and I don't bodge it. Okay, come on, push. Now it's probably going to have to twist the other ones around. So these are going to go again this way, and then it's going to twist around. Perfect. So if I've got them going in the right way, I do. So I'm not going to glue them, I might just for the moment tape them. So let me get some tape. I'm just going to use my favourite blue tape. Use it for my stencils, I use it for joining stuff together. The only thing I don't use it for is painting, and it's painter's tape, so that's kind of ironic. Let's make sure it's nice and straight and square, because if it's not, it's going to be hard to get in and out. Maybe I should push it down on the table. Oh, that looks pretty good. Good enough for now. Okay, so I'm hoping this should plug straight in. Now blue is reset. I just have to remember blue's reset. Please go in and out easily. Okay, that's pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. So let's get back to our drawing. I need to look at where all the pins go in my TinyDev and draw them up and make sure everything is going to go to the right spot. Because I can't guarantee I actually placed the pins on here in the order that the AVR is in. I think I did, but maybe I didn't. I'm pretty sure that the bottom left is reset. So let's just draw these out, shall we? Okay, I'm pretty sure that on my board, this is reset. Because this is VCC, and this is ground, and this is MOSI. So have I got these back to front? Because I'm pretty sure on the AVR, or am I wrong? Oh no, I got them right. Wow. Oh, I got them right. SCK and MISO. So this is a mirror. Because on my AVR, so this is my TinyDev. Wow, that is the worst writing ever. Okay, on my AVR programmer, the direction is going to be, it's just mirrored, which I guess is correct. Wow, how did I get that right? That's unusual for me. If I put reset the same way, ground, MOSI, I just want to check this again, VCC, MISO, and SCK. Oh, look at that writing. I should have been a doctor. You can see them all, when you flip it around, it's the same. Okay, after much frustration and annoyance, I've gone back to this design. I've got my pogo pins in. I've got my 90-degree angled headers. I've got everything connected. I've got my programmer on. And here is the, let me just get some blue tack to hold this down. Here's the AT board that I made before. I've got no power connected to it at all. I've soldered on some strips so we can test it, and I've already programmed it to make sure it works. So I've got power coming through my AVR programmer. So all I need to do is, assuming I can line this up when it's so far away, just need to get it on, and as you can see, it's working. So I was able to program this board just with my jig, which is all I wanted to do, and that was such a frustrating process to get something together here. Really, really frustrating. But it's working, they're in, they're bridged. I still have to cut the end of the board off. It's not even nice, but it works. And that's all I really need, is something that works. Maybe I'll design a PCB for this, and I'll make something a little bit nicer than this, because that's just yucko, what you gonna do? Still, that's it everyone. Thank you for watching. If you made it all the way through this, I'm glad I managed to fast forward so much of it. Until next time, bye.